It's been an emotional season. We faced some pretty big decisions. Buying Dominion scared me.
In light of the fact that Parker Schnabel and his crew made the decision to purchase Dominion Creek as the most significant bet of their whole careers, this season has been nothing short of thrilling. It was nerve-wracking for Parker to put down a startling $15 million on a claim, but he had followed his intuition and believed that the ground housed more gold than anyone had ever dared to think of. As the weeks evolved into months, the stress had been unrelenting, and the ground had delivered a great deal more than was anticipated. Beginning with an ambitious aim of 5,000 ounces, Parker's crew had been persistent in their quest of every last ounce of any and all possible weight. Despite the fact that the figures continued to rise, the concept of reaching 7,000 ounces was not out of reach. In light of the fact that time was running out, the only thing that remained for the squad to do was to test their limitations and collect as much gold as they could. Their two wash plants, Lucifer and Big Red, had been operating at full capacity, tearing through pay dirt at both Australia Creek and Dominion Creek through each and every bucket of dirt that was produced during each and every hour of company operations. Every member of the crew was aware that the final gold weigh-in would be the defining moment of the season, and they prepared themselves accordingly. On account of the fact that the final total was 7,381, the atmosphere was filled with a mixture of enthusiasm and exhaustion. It had been months of non-stop digging, wash plant malfunctions, and many hours of laborious work, and now it was time to find out how much gold they had been able to extract from the ground. A meticulous zeroing out of the gold from Australian Creek was performed, and the crew watched as the scale proceeded to increase all the way up to 172 ounces. The entire amount of gold was 6.35 pounds, which is equivalent to a haul that is valued more than $1.2 million. There were another solid 300 ounces to count. Despite the fact that this was Parker's most significant cleanup of the season up to this point, he was able to mine with a great deal of confidence. Despite the fact that Parker's team was well on their way to having an outstanding season, there was still more gold to be weighed. Following that, Roxanne was put through its paces at the Money Pit, Parker's most recent wash plant. A remarkable 370 ounces of gold had been brought in by Big Red each week, making him the most successful in terms of performance. Roxanne was the focus of everyone's attention, while Big Red was out of commission. The question was whether or not it could match or even surpass that amount. As part of the process of fine-tuning the plant to achieve the best possible outcomes, the crew had made adjustments to the feed rate and water levels. At this point, the facility is most likely operating at a capacity that is 20% higher than its actual capacity, and it is leaking out everywhere. Patience was essential in order to obtain success. In the beginning, Parker had some difficulties with the first few runs, but after Roxanne was dialed in, the team started to see if it could deliver the gold. The fact that the total for Roxanne was 246.50, which is little less than 250 ounces of gold, demonstrates that it equaled or even surpassed Big Red in terms of its quality. Upon seeing that their overall gold count had reached 7,238, which is equivalent to more than 700 ounces in just 7 days, the crew knew that they had achieved a significant milestone for the entire week. Considering that the amount of gold was valued more than $1.4 million, it was the most valuable Hall of Fame of the entire sporting season. Around the same time as Parker and the others were discussing the most recent gold count, Chris arrived. It was just now that Tyson had finished his job at Australia Creek, and the data would tell the whole story. Parker's aim for the season was to consume 7,000 ounces, and in order to maintain his progress toward that goal, he needed to consume at least 300 ounces this week. It was a successful way to wind out work at Australia Creek, which had now produced more than 1,000 ounces in total. The total settled at 282.30 ounces, which was a favorable outcome. There had been a lot of obstacles to overcome throughout the season, but in the end, the squad was successful, and the gold was worth more than $15 million. It had been a wise decision for Parker to wager $15 million in order to purchase the land. Nevertheless, time was running out because there was only one wash plant that was still in operation. The final weigh-in was extremely important since Parker needed to add 174 more ounces in order to reach his target of 7,000 ounces. As the first set was completed, the initial numbers came in at 40 ounces, 80 ounces, 120 ounces, and 200 ounces, with the tally soaring over 140, 170, and 200 by the time the first set was over. It was the largest weekly gold cleanup of the season from any single wash facility, with a total of 5,435 gold pieces in the final gold haul of the season. The total value of these gold pieces was almost $1.1 million. Parker's choice to buy the claim was a risky one, but it paid off in a significant way, as the season total had risen beyond expectations and landed at a staggering $7,381. A little less than $15 million was the value of the gold, which was nearly sufficient to cover the whole cost of Parker's large claim at Dominion in just one season, while Parker stood there soaking everything in for the final tally. This moment ensured that the future will be secure for many years to come. In conclusion, the season had been fraught with difficulties. Nonetheless, the team's perseverance paid off in the end, as the final gold haul weighed 5,435 ounces and was valued at more than $1.15 million. In addition to ensuring Parker's success for the current year, this event also ensured that he will have a prosperous future for many years to come. In the gold mining sector, Parker's team has accomplished a big milestone by acquiring an astounding amount of gold that is estimated to be worth approximately $14.7 million. With every member of the team having earned their place and having a spot waiting for them in the following season, the industry has reached a turning point as a result of the devotion and sacrifices on the part of the team. For a period of 6 months of work, Parker's crew normally receives approximately $14,000, which cannot be considered a typical salary for such a position. They grind through shifts that are longer than 12 hours and only take 2 days off every 12 days, thereby cramming the equivalent of 18 months' worth of work into half the time. As a result of the emotional and physical toll that this lifestyle takes, every dollar is won with effort. The possibility that Parker's crew would really be paid in Canadian dollars is an intriguing turn of events that adds an additional layer of complication to the situation. This is because the conversion rates between gold prices and currency values are subject to fluctuations. Parker recognizes the efforts of his staff and provides them with performance bonuses in the event that the season is particularly successful. According to underwraps, these bonuses are believed to be large, providing miners with an additional motivation to persevere through the conditions that are difficult. In addition, the crew receives substantial benefits that make life a little bit simpler during the mining season. These benefits include free housing and meals, which helps miners preserve a significant portion of their money due to the fact that they are away from home for several months. Additionally, due to the fact that Gold Rush is a television show, certain members of the crew have the potential to earn anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000 per episode, with a season consisting of more than 40 episodes. Even if some miners are able to walk away with a substantial payout, not every member of the team is a star. Beginning at approximately $28 per hour, the majority of crew members are required to put in a total of 75 hours of work per week over the length of a 25-week season, which results in a total of approximately $65,000. More experienced miners may see their hourly compensation increase to approximately $34 before bonuses, which, when paired with overtime and performance bonuses, can result in some remarkable paychecks. This is before bonuses are taken into account. As a result of operating in adverse weather conditions, working long hours, and dealing with regular equipment breakdowns, one must possess both physical strength and mental endurance. As a result of their tireless efforts and unwavering commitment, Parker's crew is deserving of credit, and they are hoping that everyone will want to go back to working in the gold mining sector.